Have you ever noticed the bizarre separation we create between our spiritual identity and our bank account? We treat the words, "I am," like a sacred mantra, a key to the kingdom of heaven, yet we talk about cash like it's some dirty, necessary evil we have to chase. It's a cosmic joke we've been telling ourselves for centuries, and frankly, the punchline is getting a little old. You know the feeling all too well. It's that sensation of being on the outside looking in, your nose pressed against the glass of a life that feels reserved for someone else. It's the heavy, sinking feeling that money is a scarce, slippery thing that always seems to be flowing away from you, never toward you. We've all been there, running on a hamster wheel of lack, convinced that our power is somewhere out there instead of right here. This feeling of powerlessness is a collective misunderstanding, a comedy of errors we've been tricked into performing. But today, we stop the show. We are going to rewrite the script, and we're bringing in two of the most brilliant directors of the human mind to do it. In this lecture, we will finally bridge the gap between the mystical and the material by exploring the converging genius of Neville Goddard and Reverend Ike. We're going to take Neville's profound technique for assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the deep inner knowing, and fuse it with Reverend Ike's glorious, unapologetic celebration of money as a divine and holy energy. We will unite the inner vision with the outer boldness. This is where the real work of manifestation begins. Because true, infinite prosperity isn't just a positive thought you repeat or a fleeting emotion you hope for. It is a unified state of consciousness. It's the seamless frequency where your internal "I am wealthy" becomes an undeniable, tangible reality you can hold, spend, and share. It's time to claim the code. So what is this code? It's not some ancient, dusty scroll. The code is the operating manual for your own consciousness, and the hilarious tragedy is that we've been using it like an instruction booklet for assembling a wobbly IKEA bookshelf when it's actually the command console for the entire universe. The primary cause of our financial frustration is that we have a fundamental misunderstanding of our most powerful tool, imagination. Most of us treat our imagination like a cosmic complaint department. It's where we go to meticulously rehearse arguments, replay our embarrassing moments, and visualize in stunning 4K detail exactly how we're going to be short on rent at the end of the month. We are master architects of disaster. Neville Goddard saw this with absolute clarity. He explained that your imagination is not a passive daydream machine. It is the very workshop of God, the place where reality is forged. So when you spend your day feeling the anxiety of an empty wallet, you are not just worrying. You are actively, skillfully, and devotedly placing an order with the universe for more empty wallet experiences. You are living in the end of a reality you despise. And this is precisely where Reverend Ike would burst onto the stage, decked out in diamonds, and shout a glorious amen. He would agree wholeheartedly that the cause of your poverty is you, but he wouldn't say it to shame you. He'd say it to empower you. He'd tell you that by imagining lack, you are slandering the God within you. You are taking the infinite, omnipotent power of I am and sticking a broke or struggling label on it. In Ike's view, this wasn't just a psychological error. It was a spiritual crime against your own divinity. Both men saw that the inner assumption, the feeling you carry around as true, is the invisible hand that shapes your outer world. The solution, then, isn't to work harder at the job you hate. It's to start playing a new inner game. Neville called this revision. At the end of the day, instead of marinating in your worries, you lie down and rewrite the scenes that bothered you. Did you get a scary bill in the mail? In your imagination, you revise it. You open that envelope and see a check instead, or a notice that the bill has been paid in full. Feel the sigh of relief. Feel the silly little happy dance you do in the kitchen. This isn't about delusion. It's about changing the order you placed with the cosmos. You are canceling your subscription to lack and signing up for abundance. If you're enjoying the idea of becoming the editor of your own life story, Do me a quick favor and press the like button and subscribe so we can explore this together. This isn't a chore. It's the most magnificent creative privilege you possess. You get to be the director of your own reality, and the only admission fee is your willingness to believe in a better story. But here's where most people drop the ball, and they drop it hard. You do all that magnificent inner work in the quiet of your own mind. You feel the relief of that imaginary check, and then you get out of bed and put on your old worn-out costume of lack. You can't spend your nights dreaming in a palace and your days walking around like you're apologizing for the space you occupy. Reverend Ike would tell you that's like praying for a Cadillac and then walking around like you can't afford the bus fare. The universe gets mixed signals, darling, and a confused universe defaults to your most practiced habit, which for most of you is the habit of being broke. This is where you have to get loud, not with your mouth necessarily, but with your presence. Your self-image isn't just a thought, it's a physical broadcast. Stop walking into a room like you're trying to sneak through life without a ticket. You own the place. Your shoulders should be back, your head held high, not because you're arrogant, but because the God in you is not a slouch. Poverty is a slouch. Lack is a shuffle. Abundance is a confident stride. You have to start carrying your body as if it is already adorned with the success you desire. Think about how you browse in a store. Do you immediately look for the price tag, your stomach tightening in fear? That's poverty thinking. I want you to walk into a beautiful store, even if you have no intention of buying a thing, and look at the items with appreciation. Touch the fine fabric. Admire the craftsmanship. In your mind, you are not lamenting what you can't have. You are deciding what you might like to have. You are practicing the feeling of choice, not the feeling of restriction. This isn't about being fake. It's about creating congruence between the wealthy person you are in your imagination and the person who is walking around in the world. Your posture is a prayer. Your gait is a declaration. You've been practicing poverty for so long you could probably win a gold medal in it. You know exactly how to feel it, how to talk it, how to walk it. It's familiar. Now you have to become a master actor in the role of your wealthy self. How would that person speak? They wouldn't whine or complain about prices. They'd speak with a calm authority, an expectation of good service, and a generosity of spirit. What's one small way you can start walking and talking like the millionaire you've already become in your imagination? Drop a comment below and let's get a list going. It's time to stop identifying with the problem and start embodying the glorious, unapologetic, and fabulously wealthy solution. Your spiritual wealth demands a physical presence to match. And now we arrive at the great big elephant in the room, the part where your human brain, conditioned for instant gratification, starts throwing a tantrum. You've done the inner work. You've revised your day. You've felt the relief of imagined wealth. You've walked into the coffee shop with your shoulders back, radiating millionaire energy. You get home, you pull out your phone, you open the banking app, and crickets. Nothing. The number is exactly the same, or perhaps even a little lower. And here it comes, the gotcha moment. You feel that familiar little lurch in your stomach, the whisper of doubt. So what do? You close the app and open it again. Just in case, you check it again in 10 minutes. Maybe the system was slow to update. You start checking your email, looking for a mysterious notification from a long-lost relative. You start overanalyzing every interaction, wondering if that was the sign, if that was the opportunity you missed. You become a frantic detective looking for clues of a miracle, when your only job is to be the miracle itself. This, my friend, is where the spiritual rubber meets the road. This is where most people fail, not because the principle is flawed, but because their persistence is weak. Neville Goddard was relentlessly clear on this point. Once you have assumed the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you must remain in that state. Reverend Ike would have put it more bluntly. He'd tell you to stop looking at the ghetto facts when you've already moved into a mansion in your mind. This period of seeming delay is the ultimate test. It is the practice of denying the senses. Your five senses are professional tattletales. They only report on the past. They show you the results of your old thinking, your old assumptions. When you look at your bank account and react with fear, you are watering the weeds. You are taking an old, dead reality and resuscitating it with your attention and emotion. Denying the senses doesn't mean you pretend the bill isn't due. It means you handle it without fear, knowing in your heart that it is an echo, a shadow from a life you no longer live. You have planted a seed of abundance in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Your only job now is to let it grow. You don't go out to the garden every morning, dig up the seed, and anxiously check to see if it has sprouted roots. That would be insane. You would kill the very thing you want. So stop digging up your seed. This time gap is not a punishment or a sign that it isn't working. It is a holy gestation period. The universe is not testing you, it is responding to you. It is rearranging the entire stage of your life, moving people, opportunities, and events to create the pathway for your desire to appear. Your job is not to frantically look for evidence. Your job is to be the evidence. Your unwavering faith, your calm persistence in the face of contrary evidence, is the signal that you are serious. This is the moment to prove who you truly are. So let's bring it all together. You have Neville's precise architectural blueprint for building a new reality in consciousness. You have Reverend Ike's glorious, unapologetic permission to build a palace instead of a shack, because that is your divine right. Neville gives you the map. Ike gives you the rocket fuel. Now it's time to get in the driver's seat. We are going to fuse these two powerhouses into one simple, devastatingly effective daily practice. This is your secret weapon. I call it the divine download. For just 5 minutes, find a quiet place and close your eyes. I don't want you to visualize abstract mountains of cash. That's for amateurs. Instead, you are going to feel a short, simple scene that implies your wish is already a fact. For example, imagine a loved one calls you in a panic, needing $5,000 for an emergency. In your scene, you don't flinch. You say, calmly and lovingly, "Don't you worry about a thing. I am sending it to you right now." Feel the profound relief in their voice. Feel the warm, powerful wave of satisfaction and peace that washes over you. You weren't just able to help, you were overjoyed to do it. Linger in that feeling. Then, after a few minutes, open your eyes. Here is the critical pivot. Do not let that feeling go. Stand up. But don't stand up as the person who was just daydreaming. Stand up as the person who just effortlessly solved a major problem for someone they love. Walk into the next room carrying that quiet confidence. Your posture changes. Your breathing is deeper. This is the embodiment Ike preached. You are physically rehearsing your wealth. You are calibrating your nervous system to the frequency of abundance, making it your natural state. Now, a crucial warning. Once you have done this, you must resist the temptation to perform what I call a mental abortion. This is when you immediately check your bank account for proof, see that nothing has changed, and let the doubt and fear rush back in to destroy your creation. You have just planted a powerful seed in your subconscious mind. Stop digging it up to see if it's growing. Your only job is to maintain the feeling, to stick to your mental diet. Carry that quiet knowing through your day. The how and the when are not your department. Your job is to be the evidence, and let the universe handle the delivery. So this is it. The curtain falls on the old story of lack. The search is over. You are not a spectator in your own life. You are the sole operant power. The universe was never withholding from you. It was only ever reflecting you. Every circumstance, every dollar, every missed opportunity was a perfect, unwavering response to the frequency you broadcast with your own magnificent consciousness. There is no one to blame and no one to beg. There is only you at the center of your world deciding what is true. Your new mantra, your divine code is this: I am so wealthy I can afford to feel this way all the time. Feel the power in that. This is not just a lecture, it is your initiation. If you are ready to stop visiting this state and start living in it, subscribe now. Together, we will master these principles until abundance is as natural to you as breathing. Go forward and stop asking for permission to be prosperous. You do not need a loan from the universe, darling, you own the bank. It is time to stop praying for the money and start being the money. That is the ultimate I am wealth mindset.